Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about polymorphism in Python. Alright. Polymorphism is a Greek word that means to have many forms or faces. Here, polymorphism is a programming concept wherein an object can take one of many forms. Okay? I will teach you this with an example. So here I will create a class by the name shape, and for now I will say pass. Okay. I will create another class by the name circle, and here too I will say pass. Next, I will create a class by the name rectangle, and here too I will say pass for now. Okay. Now I will make this circle inherit from shape, and I will also make this rectangle inherit from shape. Okay. Now if I create an object of circle like this, then our circle identifies as a circle, and since our circle class inherits from the shape class, our circle is also considered a shape, meaning it has two forms. It is a circle and it is a shape. But our circle is not a rectangle, and this could also apply to our rectangle class. Meaning, if I have a rectangle here and if I say rectangle here, then our rectangle is a rectangle. Our rectangle is also considered a shape, but our rectangle is not a circle. Okay. So those are the two possible forms for our rectangle. It is a rectangle and a shape. Okay. Now here, let me go ahead and have the constructor, and let me pass self, and for a circle what do we need? A radius. Okay. And inside I will say self dot radius equal to radius, and here in rectangle I will have the constructor, and I will say self here. And what does a rectangle have? It has a length and a width. Okay. So in this I will say self dot length equal to length and self dot width equal to width. All right. Now in this parent class shape, I will have a method by the name area, and here I will say pass because I will not be using this method. Okay, I want to keep the program simple to explain you the concept. Okay, so this is a dummy method inside this parent class. All right. Now here in the circle class, I will define one more method to calculate the area of the circle. So I will say self, and here I will say return 3.14 pi value into self dot radius squared. Okay. So the formula to calculate the area of a circle is pi r square, and that is what I have written here. Okay. Next, in this I will have one more method to calculate the area of a rectangle. So I will say self, and how do we calculate the area of a rectangle? It is self dot length into self dot width. Okay, and I have to return this value. All right. If I ever use this method or this method, then this method will be neglected, and you know this, right? Now, let me create a list of shapes. So I will say shapes, and I will have an empty list in it. And in this list, I will instantiate a circle object and also a rectangle object. All right. So our circle is a circle and a shape. Our rectangle is a rectangle and a shape. So each of these objects has two forms or two faces. Hence the name polymorphism. Okay. Now let us pass arguments for circle and rectangle. A circle needs a radius, and so let me pass 5. A rectangle needs length and width, and so let me pass 5 and 7. Okay. Let me run to see if I get any errors. It is working fine. And now let us use a for loop to iterate through our shapes. I will say for every shape in shapes, I will print the area of the particular shape. Okay. I am accessing the area method of each shape. Okay. So let me run this, and you can see I get 78.5 and 35 as the output. 78.5 is the area of the circle and 35 is the area of the rectangle. Okay. Let me use an F string and format it properly. So I will say shape.area SQCM, okay, square centimeters. So let me run this, and I'm missing a double quote here. Let me run this to get the area. Okay, this is working fine. Now, what if we create a class that is completely unrelated to shapes? So let me create a class by the name pizza here. Okay, and in this I will have init, and I will pass self. Let me say toppings, and let me have radius. Okay, and inside I will say self dot toppings is equal to toppings and self dot radius equal to radius. All right. Now this here is my pizza class. Now what I will do is, within my list of shapes, I will add a pizza object. Okay, and I will pass mushrooms, and let me say 9. So mushrooms is the toppings and 9 is the radius of the pizza. Okay, now when I run this, I get 2 areas and this error. This is because our pizza class doesn't have an area method. Our pizza object is considered a pizza, but it is not considered a shape, and it does not inherit from the shape class like here. Okay. But then if you think a pizza is circular, and so it could be considered a circle, right? And so what we will do is we will make the pizza class inherit from circle class. Okay, so our pizza is a pizza and it is also a circle. All right, and if you see here, we are assigning the radius to the radius attribute, right? So instead of doing the same here in the pizza class, we can use the super constructor. Okay, so let me say super and have two brackets. Super refers to the parent, which in this case is circle. And now here let me use the constructor of the parent and then pass radius. Okay, now let me run this and see if it works. And we have the output. We have 3 areas printed out. And this here is the area of our pizza. Okay, so our pizza inherits from the circle class. So it is also considered a circle. And our circle class inherits from the shape class. So our pizza has 3 forms. Our pizza is considered a pizza. It is also considered as a circle and it is also considered as a shape. And so it would make sense for it to fit into this list of shapes because our pizza also identifies as a shape, right? So this is polymorphism. An object can take one of many forms. Okay, there are 2 ways to achieve polymorphism in Python. One is through inheritance, and that is what we learnt in this video. An object could be treated of the same type as a parent class. And then there is also duck typing, which we will learn in the next video. All right.